Hi, everybody. It's Anna Delegre here, and my camera's acting up. Sorry, I'm in my very messy bedroom, very messy place because I'm tidying everything up in my life in preparation to hopefully move to Costa Rica. So it's intense, and excuse the mess. I wanted to add a little bit more to my blog. Uh, Unfiltered. Because it was so crazy, this trip. It's beyond me. When I find out why it happened, I'll let you know. It's like somebody was pulling my cords back, and that doesn't happen to me. Everything always falls into place for me. So it's beyond. But anyway, another part of it was when I got to the airport to my flight, which I was going locally for a change. So I had a transfer from one airport, a short trip, 40 minutes, excuse me, to a layover in Toronto. Always goes fine. Always goes fine. I was so excited I didn't have to get the bus or a taxi or drive to Toronto. And first thing when I got to the airport, they said I was a day early. This happened all the way along. I was a day early all the way along. It's like I went into fast forward mode, fast forward, fast forward. I was a day, not late, but early for everything. And she said, "Do you want me to bump you to today?" I went, "Sure, bump me for today." I never thought about where we were going to stay or anything, sleep in the lobby or the beach. Um, and sure, bump me. That's great. I don't know why I'm a day early. My dates seem to be all over the place, and I when I booked it, I had the right dates. So trickery, and so she bumped me, and then it started to get delayed, delay. Oh, I'm like, oh my God, it's getting delayed till 8 o'clock at night, and some mechanical problems, and so we got bumped another day and sent off to a hotel to wait for another flight, which went forever because I didn't wasn't prepared to stay on Sudbury for another 24 hours. I just wanted to get on the plane and go. And so we stayed in a hotel. It was a nice hotel. I liked it. The Wyndham Days in Sudbury. It was nice, and it was the best burger I ever had at that place. I will go back for the burger. And but I just felt like I'm being pulled, I'm being held back. I'm not being allowed to go. I'm still in Sudbury. I was supposed to be on the plane to Cancun, and I wasn't. So we checked out from the Days Inn, 11 a.m. Back to the airport, about half an hour away, and sat in the lounge all day. And again, delay. And that was going from 10 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. Um, and I thought we're going to be bumped again. I can't do it again. I'm gonna get bite the bullet and get the bus. So I went to the officer airline people and said, "Can you kick this flight and get me on the bus?" And because I can't, I sit in a hotel another night. I want to go. And they said, "Oh, well, don't be like that. We'll probably we'll probably get you off soon." And they did. 8 o'clock at night, we got boarded, and on the plane, I was like so relieved. Oh, finally, we're off on the plane off to Toronto. No, another bump, another bump. Apparently, it was too late to fly or something. So we got checked into a hotel in Toronto, which I don't particularly like, right by the airport. Um, and we didn't even enjoy that night because we got in at what time was it? Midnight or something? Was it midnight? It was pretty late. I think it was midnight. Midnight in one of the hotels I didn't like. And I just don't like the energy in Toronto. And it wasn't high end. It wasn't a high end hotel. And so we had 4 hours sleep. 4 hours sleep to get on back to the plane to do boarding, which takes 2 hours. So all night we were worried, or I was worried because I didn't have an alarm clock or anything with me. I was worried I would wake up too late at 6 o'clock in the morning and miss my flight. So that wasn't restful at all. But we got through, we got boarded, and we got on the flight on time. Apparently, they go on time in Toronto, but not in Sudbury. I've learned there's lots of glitches in Sudbury, and this happens often, so it wasn't me. But I was so looking forward to flying from Sudbury. Yeah, lots of glitches, lots of mechanical failures, doorknobs, doors not closing. I don't know. Air conditioners are not working. So apparently it happens a lot, a lot. And we got on the flight and we were off to Cancun, and I was so excited. I was also so hungry because I didn't have breakfast or anything. I think I had a marathon bar and an apple. And I didn't know now, depending on your flight, and I had paid. You don't get fed. You have to ask for a meal or sandwich or something. I had booked those those set packages. So where they went, everything just was chaos. My operator, the person who booked me the flights, was amazing. They were really helpful, and they checked in with me all the way. So there we were off to Cancun, and I was like, but I was still stressed out because I hadn't my head had flipped into this collapse mode, and I thought I'd figured out my money. Then I realized I didn't have enough money, so I was running around getting a loan before I got there, which I didn't have enough for, but I got a loan, and I couldn't figure where my money had gone, and I had it in Coinbase and Kraken uh, for ages. I had it saved in there. Uh, and I didn't think it was so hard to get out, and I couldn't get it out. So I was flipping because I didn't have enough money, and I couldn't get my money out. And then my money, something must have changed in the Bitcoin and went down from 1,400 to 940. So I was flipping on that. So I had a lot of crisis and stress on the money issue, and I learned on the journey, don't, because it's all been worked out. You're over controlling, you're overthinking and over controlling. But I like to have enough money. I like to have a bit over. And last year I'd gone, and the girl had paid my room, so I didn't even have to pay for my room. And this year I had a room of my own because I've always wanted a room of my own and not to share with strangers. And on the flight I was panicking, looking for roommates and looking for cash and everything because I thought I didn't have enough money, but I did. And it cost more to have a room of your own. But I always wanted to have a room of my own, not shared. And it turns out I needed to because I was quite sick. But it was really nice to walk in and know your room was your own. But when I got to the hotel, um, I was going to explain I didn't have enough money. I'd have to borrow some from Cephalon. Seriously, that's how panicked I was, and how disorganized. My money had flipped from my Coinbase. Um, it is crazy, crazy trip. Something was going on, or something was being cleared, or changed, or adjusted, or tricking me, or never did so many things go so wrong. But I didn't see them as going wrong. I just thought it sort of part of the journey. And maybe I was unbalanced, ungrounded. But I have a theory about this because there was somebody in my life causing me great problems. And And I believe that energy was coming into play. I I will be able to prove that soon when I deal with them. I believe their energy was overlaying mine, to be honest with you, because this doesn't happen to me. Always goes smoothly for me. So when I got into the hotel, and it's a bit challenging getting all the payments made from people, particularly me, because money was all over the place. And also when I got there, I looked in my purse and I had money in my purse. I should have gone in the bank to pay the room and stuff, but it was in my purse. No good to me whatsoever. And it was crazy how my mind was. So determined to get there and coming off an injury. And the girl kept saying, you need more money, you need more money. And I couldn't get money off my credit cards for some reason. I know they knew I was going, but they would only give me so much. So they thought it was a scam and I was being scammed or frauded. And I couldn't get money off my credit cards to pay for this room. And hey, he wants attention because I'm talking. I'm not talking to her. Um, so it was crazy. And while I was panicking about my money situation, I was so sure I didn't have enough. I thought I was $2,000 short, which is not good when you're paying for your room. My event was paid for, but and I couldn't borrow it off anybody. I not in that situation. But little madam. And then the girl wrote down how much I owed, and I couldn't believe it. It was like $1,100, and I thought I owed $2,800. I was flipping. I was like, I wasn't going to argue with her. And I went, well, that money I can pay easily. But we couldn't get the money off the card because they thought it was a scam. And if you've ever tried calling it from Mexico to your credit card company or anybody, it's a whole different ball game. You don't get the English customer service person, you get Mexican, and I'm not Mexican yet. So it was I didn't know what to do. Couldn't get through. I couldn't speak Mexican. I had to get this room paid, and this was a bonus. It would come down $1,800. I thought I owed. Crazy. I don't know how I added that up. I still can't believe how that happened. Um, but I wasn't going to argue with it. And some kind Mexican admin lady said, "Go to my friend, give her my name, give them my Consuela, the customer service, and she'll help you with that." Obviously, they wanted to get paid too. So, not comfy. Um, I did go to customer service and I got the really nice lady, and she called into my one of my credit card companies, not the one I was going to use. Um, Sometimes there's issues when you're paying from another country because they're pretty sure it's a scam. Um, anyway, she called my Canadian Tire credit card, bless them, and I got somebody who spoke English really well, and she went through everything with me, where I lived and who I am and what address and how long I'd had the card and all these security questions. I can never remember my PIN number. I should do that. That would help. And she checked all my security, and she checked that it was okay, and she understood I was in Mexico and I needed to access my funds. So she put a blank slate on my card that they wouldn't hold anything. So every every 5 minutes I was going back, getting another payment, another payment, another payment, and I finally got my payment for the room, $750 more, and I could go to my room. I was so relieved. And I was so relieved because I had a room, and I haven't done my figures. Well, I have done my figures. I can't understand it when it wasn't $1,800 less. And I talked to another girl who'd been to her room in the Riviera, and her room wasn't even reserved, it wasn't even registered. And she couldn't get a room there because they were full, and she had paid for her room. So weird shit was happening to other people, not just me, not just Tennessee. And I was so glad to have my room, and it was my room. And yeah, so I got bumped twice on my flights over, the wrong days, the wrong flights, put in a hotel which I didn't like because there weren't nice hotels, one was. And everything just kept be flipping, 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 flipping like this for me. And it continues. It continues. I definitely would organize it better in the future, but I just had to go. And like I said, I had to go and I wasn't really ready. And my injury had held me back a lot, 8 weeks in the cast. So, but I was there. I was there, and the event started, and I went. I home. I forgot when we got on the Amstar from Cancun to Barcelona Resort. I was so happy, and my heart sang. It was probably one of my happiest moments because everybody was happy. I was happy. The Amstar drive is amazing, and the driver was so happy. Happy music was playing. All those Dr. Joe Gamma tunes were coming through, and I went, I'm home. This is where I'm meant to be. I'm home. So there you go. I hope that makes a bit of sense to you. Um, yeah, everything just flipped and flipped and flipped and continued to flip for me. And normally I'm just saying smooth sailing. Like I said, the last time I went, my room was even paid for. The lady decided to pay for it. So go figure. But I was so relieved when I had enough money for the room because I added it up as though I didn't. So, okay. Whew. It was a bit fast, but I hope this makes sense to you and you see how things can go. Um, I mean, it wasn't terrible. I didn't get to the room and they say, no, you don't have a room. Uh, like that lady, no, you don't have enough money. I had enough money, just showed up. So I'm learning a lot of things about Dr. Joe. Just don't question, and things will flip and change as they need to. And I was overthinking and over controlling uh, the money. Okay, I can never remember what it's called. That body electric dance. The body electric dance is it, and I'm intending to go and do that down the laneway today. Um, Body electric dance really is the core of everything. And it was the core of everything on this journey. And the event was amazing, absolutely amazing. I will talk more about that later. But my life was flippy, 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 flippy. So, body electric dance in mind. Um, Packing. The more I pack and clear, the better I feel because it'll be closer going to Costa Rica with me and my doggy. So back later with part 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this unfiltered blog for my Dr. Joe event, 7th to the 19th, 2026. At least I got that right.